Hi, welcome back. This is Bex with Hidden Currents. Today we're going to do a Celtic Cross 10 card spread for Taurus placements. So hi, welcome. If you are Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, your best friend's a Taurus, your mom's a Taurus, your boss is a Taurus, whatever, welcome. Venus entered Taurus on the 14th, and the Sun and Mercury entered Taurus on the 19th, officially kicking off Taurus season and ending Aries season. Thank God. So let's just get it started. We'll just see what's up for you guys. Kind of themes, what to expect. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just find out. See how it goes. I say that a lot, don't I? We'll see how it goes. It's like a very, very Piscean sort of motto, isn't it? And your girl's a Pisces, so see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. These monthly videos, I've only done one other one, but they tend to be kind of long because it's 10 cards. It's a lot. I talk a lot. I'm going to try to be a little better about that, but I don't want to rush through this, so you might be on for a long one. It just all kind of depends. Taurus is awesome. I really love Taurians. Y'all are a great bunch. I don't have any Taurus. Like, everybody has every sign in their birth chart, but whether or not you have planets in the sign is kind of, like the sun, the moon, your rising, Venus, whatever. I don't have any. But I actually, it's interesting because I know a lot of Taurians. Like, I have a lot of Taurians in my family, in my life, like really close relationships. Like, and I think part of that is because I have so many Aries placements. Like, I need a Taurus in my life to sort of ground me and like show me how to slow down. Like, if you want to learn how to slow down, how to stop and smell the roses, how to enjoy life, how to treat yourself, Taurus is the one. Taurus is the go-to for that. And they, like, I love it because they don't feel guilty about that either. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's like pleasure and the senses, and like don't get it twisted though, because a Taurus will mess somebody up. Like, they're not all sweetness and light at all. They are they're the bull. They're very protective of their people and their space. Like, Taurus is really kind of the best of both worlds in that way. They're fixed earth though, so Taurus can be, lots of people say, stubborn. They're just determined. They're gonna go their own way, and like, you're not gonna be able to sway them. Like, if they're gonna do something, it's gonna be because they want to do it. Like, you can maybe entice them a little bit, but they're not going to do anything they don't want to do. Like, ever. My eldest child is a Taurus Sun, so I can speak from experience on this matter. They're really just, and it's it's kind of nice to have that though, because especially if you're somebody who's really mad like that, it's nice to have somebody around to kind of show you how to stick to your guns. My spouse is a Taurus moon, and so is my mom. So it's like, yeah, Taurus. My best, I think, like, two of my friends are like Taurus Venus, like Taurus everywhere. Getting some solid cup energy in this. This is interesting. So we're looking at Taurus season, which starts on the 19th. And like all zodiac sign seasons, lasts about a month. So that's going to be till about mid-May. Mid-May. And if you're like cuspy, like maybe you're almost a Taurus on either side of you could probably watch this video. There might be, especially because if you don't know like your other placements, like Venus is never more than Venus is never more than 2 signs away from your sun sign, and Mercury is never more than 1 sign away from your sun sign. So like if you have like, I don't know, Aries, Gemini, Cancer, Pisces placements, like you could, like if you're a sun, you could have some Taurus in your chart. And like the moon, you could have a Taurus moon and have no idea. If you want help with like finding out what your chart is, I'm still learning astrology, so I'm not to the point where I can like do full birth chart readings, but I can help you find out what your placements are. So just, you know, get at me, like we can find out together what you gotta have your birth time. I mean, we could try to do it without a birth time, date, place, and I can get you your chart. I'll do it for free if you know me. just hit me up. Okay, we only have 2 more cards left. Ooh, we got some really interesting stuff happening. Okay, one more. And that last one doesn't want to come out. It's like, nope. Come on, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for Taurus season 1. Oh, there it is. It like, as I said that. Okay, I have to tell you about this because yesterday I tried to do this video for Taurus and it all kind of fell apart. It was like, I don't know what happened. I just like had this fog kind of come over me and nothing, like the cards weren't, and I had to stop. But I do remember that for the outcome, you had the same card yesterday. We'll get there, but that's really interesting to me that this same card, same position both times, because I totally scrapped the spread. I was like, we're gonna start fresh. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. And this is, you have 3 cups. 3 cups on the board. Okay. Let's see how I do. Ready? I'm gonna check the bottom of the deck real quick too. Let's see. King of coins on the bottom of the deck. I like that because that's earth sign energy. Like the coin suit is, or the pentacles, that's earth. So Taurus, that's you. And the king, like, okay, so first card, which is like the present, or maybe like you, Taurus, kind of where you're at. Queen of Elixirs or Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very like, that's love and romance and like intuitive gifts and touchy-feely goodness, you know, which is kind of fitting for being your season. And I talked about how Taurus is very like sensual and ruled by Venus, and you know, so you're kind of in this Queen of Cups energy for Taurus season, which is nice. Maybe and you know, with Venus in Taurus currently as well, like maybe we're like thinking about our relationships, our loved ones, our relationship to ourselves, and it's like beauty potion, you know, so feeling myself, that's nice. It's a good place to be. However, your crossing card is the 5 of Cups, which is a very sad sort of card. 5 of Cups, and cups, we're in our feels. 5 of Cups is all about sorrow, despair, and loss, abandonment, you know. That's like a really big, and it's not always about like a current loss. Sometimes it's about like losses we've endured in the past, you know, abandonment wounds that we have, you know, the ways that we're focusing on things that hurt and not really paying attention to like the good stuff that we still have in our lives. So for Taurus season, like that's going to be a thing that's coming up for you, something that you need to like pay attention to and be aware of and process, like the ways that you're sort of, you can be pessimistic, and Taurus is kind of like that. Like, I know everybody can kind of be, you know, kind of pessimistic, but Taurus especially, they're sort of, they're earth. They're realists, like not always the cheeriest of the signs. This doesn't mean they're grumpy, but like, I'm an earth sign. I want evidence. You know what I mean? And if this is the way that it's happened in the past, that's how I think it's going to go again. So just really like, it's okay to be sad. It's okay to mourn losses that you've had, but like operating from a place of like fear of abandonment and things repeating is not always in our best interest. So being aware of that this month. Past position, 6 of Swords. I'm not sure I know what that is. I might have to look that one up. Past position, 6 of Swords. Oh, okay, no, I do know this one. So from the past, 6 of Swords is like moving on. It's like you're kind of coming from a rough place, like really turbulent sort of energy, and you're moving to like calmer waters. You're moving on to like something that's better for you. So recently, perhaps, that's been your situation, or like your mindset is like, you're like coming out of something that was not great and really turbulent and unstable, and you're moving towards something better. And sometimes that actually is moving, like literal moving or travel. It can be. So maybe you just moved recently. Maybe you are planning a move. Either way, you're making moves that are good for you. And that's nice. Future is the Fool. Le Fou. I love the Fool. Like, I kind of hate that the Fool is called the Fool, because nobody wants to be the Fool. Nobody wants to be foolish. But the thing about the Fool is it's optimism, right? So we've got maybe like we're struggling to see the bright side. Like we're just focusing on our losses, the things that we don't have. But pretty soon, future, like brand, like new beginnings, like jumping in with both feet, like leaps of faith, like this is for me, I'm gonna do it. Like, whew, like the Fool is like, it's just like young, unbridled freaking optimism. It's like, let's go. It's a journey. It's an adventure. We're going to do it. So this is really interesting because like maybe you've been making these moves and it feels good for you, but like, you're struggling with this pessimism, but you're going to get to a space where it's like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Like, this is great. So watch out for opportunities to do that this month. Like, definitely use your head, be smart, of course, but like, don't let this pessimistic attitude keep you from jumping into something. You know what I mean? Like, keep you from grabbing that opportunity, because it could be really great. Above, 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Above, 7 of Wands. I don't know. And like above is like what you want, what you know that you want, right? Below is like what you don't know that you want. Like, I want this, but I'm not even fully aware of that thing. We have more cups. And it's the 4. 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups. And like this version of 4 of Cups looks really sad. And we have heroin and cyanide and morphine and arsenic. Oof, that's rough stuff. But that's because 4 of Cups is about like being numb and apathy and boredom. And sometimes, you know, like look at like morphine and heroin, like, you know what I mean? Like not like escapism, you know what I mean? Like not seeing what's right in front of you. So as far as like below, like you don't even know what you want, I think maybe there's like a sense of like escape, especially because we've been making moves, you know, we're struggling with some of these pessimistic feelings, and we just really want to we want to escape that. We want to get out of that. Especially with the Fool, like we want to jump into something else. We want to I want to change. I want a new start. I want to not feel this crap anymore. I want to not be bored. I want to not be hurting. I would like to be numb or like just escape all of this stuff. But be careful with that though, because you know, you don't want to jump out of the frying pan into the fire if you're trying to escape something, especially if it's yourself. Seven of Wands. I might have to look that one up because I'm not getting anything for that. Except like I keep seeing the 6, but it's not the 6, it's the 7. So let's look it up real quick. Got my Antique Anatomy Tarot deck book. And that's the only wand you have in the spread, which is interesting. You know, and rods are wands, which is fire. You know, it's passion, it's spirit, it's energy, it's desire, it's bravery, confidence, warrior, responsibility, challenge, loneliness. Loneliness? 7 of Rods insists that you do not give up in the face of adversity and challenges. I'm kind of feeling that. Feeling drained and unsure about your next step. Don't hide from your feelings. Yeah, so just maybe like wanting to push forward, right? Like wanting to, I feel like I'm getting a sense of like wanting to fight off what you're feeling, or like fight off like all these cups. It's so much cups, it's so much feels, and a couple of these are like sort of difficult cards, you know, like sorrow and loss and sadness and apathy and fear, and like maybe you're not really wanting to let yourself go there, you know what I mean? Like but sometimes you have to, you know, like it's okay to just feel your feels too. Like you don't have to numb yourself from them. You don't have to try to fight them off and like all the time. But also like there's a sense of like keeping it moving, which is like like Taurus is slow, but they're slow and steady, right? They're not, they know how to rest, they know how to just be, but they also know how to work, they know how to get shit done, and they're playing the long game, right? You're not giving up. You're like, I know what I want. I know that I'm like making these moves, I'm putting stuff together, I'm making it happen, I'm gonna have new opportunities, and I might be like in this sad sort of energy, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. I'm keeping it moving, and I like that for you. Like I know I shouldn't have to tell a Taurus, make sure to rest. You know, definitely keep it moving, but don't overwork yourself. Advice. 3 of Coins. Again, coins is earth, so Taurus, this is very fitting for you. And, you know, 3s are all about collaboration, you know. So, and like 3 of Coins is, yeah, it's like, you can't do it all on your own. I know that a lot of us like have received those messages growing up, or even now, like to be super independent and not rely on anyone, and you know, but nobody exists in a vacuum. Nobody's a self-made anything. Like relationships are important. Rely on your people, you know, tap into the resources that you have, other people, their expertise, their advice, you know, their time and energy, because earth is all about like the body, you know what I mean? Like you can actually like physically lean on your people, just like you let them lean on you. So it's okay to, especially if you're having all these feels, man, I know that you got to have at least like 1 or 2 people that you know, like are here for it. You can take it to them. So do that, you know, like 3. And yeah, that's what I got for that. Like, it's all about like being collaborative, and especially like with this Fool and this new opportunity, like maybe a couple of people get brought your way to start something new together, and that could be just exactly what you needed, you know? All right, external forces, influences. I really hate this card. 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is really heavy thoughts, anxiety, sleepless nights. Like the gears are spinning. There's so much going on. We can't rest, which is interesting because I said, make sure you rest. And because this is external, I feel like it's just the world that we're currently living in right now, the things that are happening, like it's very anxiety inducing. It's scary. You know, it's like how I feel like that, you know. There's going to be stuff going on that's going to make you feel very scared and very anxious. So remember to like rely on your people, your group, your posse, your tribe, you know what I mean? Like your community, however that looks for you, because I know that we all have it in different ways. But they're there, especially with like the outside world kind of being this anxiety inducing, fearful blah. You know, like we need each other more than ever. Hopes and fears, though. This is interesting, actually, with that I just said. Hopes and fears is the Hermit. The Hermit's like a seeker in a way. Hermit sort of withdraws from society to sort of find themselves. But that's really interesting based on this advice that you have. I mean, like a fear of isolation. Like, sometimes we go hermit mode and it's for our own good. We just have to be like, everybody leave me alone. I'm doing my own thing. Like, I'm filling up my own cup right now. And that's fine. We run into problems when we stay there too long, because then we, you know, our connections suffer. And this is the hopes and fears position. So for me, this feels like a fear of like being isolated, especially because for like a year now, a lot of us have been super isolated, and it's been so hard. So there's a fear of like being alone. Like, I'm not talking about being alone, like, but like being lonely, it reminds me of this obstacle that we have where I talked about like fear of abandonment, like fear of being left alone, like a hermit all on their own with nobody to rely on. I'm here to tell you, like, you've got your people. It's here reminding you. Sometimes it might be really easy to convince yourself that, no, like I'm gonna do this all on my own. I don't need anybody, like it's just me because everyone's gonna leave me anyway. No, not the case. Nope. Like you might run into instances that make you feel like that, but that's not true. Yeah, that's what I got from that. And now we have the outcome, which I said was really interesting because this is the same card that you got yesterday when I messed your spread up and I had to start over. And we have Cups again. 8 of Cups. And it's another, like, so many Cups cards are like, yay, happy. None, like you don't really have that. It's like all the rough Cups cards are the ones that you got. 8 of Cups. But again, it's like abandonment themes. Because 8 of Cups it says right here, let go potion. Can you see that? And like wake up potion. So 8 of Cups is about walking away from things that don't work for us anymore. And trusting that when we do that, we're heading towards something better. Sometimes that's about actual situations that you're in. Deciding to make moves and move away from things that sort of trigger like our abandonment wounds and make us want to escape ourselves. Like a relationship, a job, a living situation, whatever. You're like, this isn't work. This is like actively hurting me now. I can't keep doing it. And you finally get up the gumption to just go. And for me, like Eight of Cups it's not a big fanfare thing. It's just kind of like, it's slipping off into the night. It's like, I don't need to fight so hard for this. I don't need to like argue about it. It's just time. It's just time for me to go. Sometimes though, for me, this one shows up with like leaving behind like limiting beliefs and ideas about who you are, about what you're capable of, about what the things that have happened in the past mean or say about you. Sometimes those are the things that aren't working for you anymore. These things that you've been carrying around, these ideas about what things mean, or about like what they mean about your worthiness as a person, or about relationships, or about love, all that stuff. And sometimes it's a very pessimistic sort of thing that we're carrying around because it's like a means of self-protection. It's like, if I can just keep it real and realize that like everybody leaves and, like loss is guaranteed, which it is, right? Loss is inevitable in a way. But if you're like using that to sort of numb yourself, to try to protect yourself from getting hurt, it's not the way to do it, yo. Especially if you have like some kind of beautiful opportunity present itself and you're carrying all these old attitudes around about if it's going to work, if it's going to be worth it. Ultimately, only you can decide that. That's up to you. But there's something to let go of for Taurus season. Something that's just not working anymore. Not only is it not working, but it's actually harming you at this point. And it's up to you to be in your sort of Queen of Cups, Venusian, I deserve more, I'm worth more, I want more energy, and let go of the stuff it's not doing it for you, yeah, that's about what I got. I feel like it's going to be, it doesn't feel like very hard. It feels kind of like, it feels very like Taurus energy. Like things are just going to kind of like very organic. Like this is going to be how it's going to be. It's not like I don't feel a lot of resistance, So it feels like it's not necessarily going to be like super hard and difficult for you. It's just going to kind of play out. And I like it. I like it for you. Just remember that like, I always come back to the advice card when I do spreads for myself or other people, like especially the Celtic Cross, the advice card, I always come back to that because it's like, yeah, this is the advice card can sort of change everything. You know what I mean? So if you remember nothing else, remember that you're not alone. You have people, you have community, you have resources. Tap into those. Because you don't got to do it all by yourself, Taurus. I mean, you can if you want to, but you don't have to. People love you and want to help you. That's it. That's all I got. Definitely let me know what you thought. Maybe like at the end of Taurus season, come back and watch it again. Maybe see if any of it was right for you. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time, Taurus. Bye.